IDS 302. You know what that is, right? Am I on Mars? No, it's Red Rock because I am, guess where? You know where I am. Sedona, right? Sorry, you're gonna have to humor me on this one because I uh, I like the cinematography of Sedona. However, ridiculous this turns out as a class video, something different. I found this little, it's a side road. I mean, I didn't discover it. Uh, I'm up here by a school and a community pool. And so let's do the video from Ruby, right? ASU. All right, you can track me now. All right, I'm all set. See this? Top's open. Let's get in here and let's get her done, huh? Welcome to Module 4, okay? Doing this with my phone. Actually, I can set it up right here. I think I planned this correctly. All right, coolness. All right, so let's talk. I got some notes. Module 4. Okay, by the way, you guys, there is a new Master MS program, Master Sciences, Master of Science, I guess, in organizational leadership that we're offering in our department. So if anybody has any interest in that, let me know or kind of dig some of that up online. It's a master's degree, and there's a 4+1. I think I mentioned this to you that you can start working on your master's before you get out of your undergrad. Okay, so worksheet 3, I haven't scored it yet. I'm getting to it after this video. So I don't know what you guys think of lit reviews yet. And I'll also get to lit reviews because they're due Sunday night unless, or maybe you should watch my video I posted. What was that? Thursday, Friday, yesterday, something like that. Okay. All right. So let's look at the learning objectives for module 4. And I literally wrote gulp, gulp, because we're starting to get into some heavy duty territory here. In fact, I didn't even do any Easter eggs, so I'm going to have to think of them on the fly. Okay, by the end of this module, students will be able to, number 1, learn how to write a research proposal. Yes, you will. Learn how to write research questions and a hypothesis statement. Explore possible ethical issues that could arise. Learn how to pick a sample population. Operationalize constructs. Develop an instrument to measure data. Clearly define how research project will be set up and carried out. Okay, now, you're probably saying, well, I could read these things. Why the hell I gotta watch this guy read them, right? I get it. So let's go through them again. Learn how to write a research proposal. Yes, if you go through the week's readings, which there aren't any, are there? No, if you look at the readings, the supplemental readings, and look at the samples and things, you're gonna start learning, and the presentations, you're gonna learn about proposals, okay? Learn to write research questions and hypothesis statement. Okay, I'm going to defer that one, through, what you're going to read. Let me just double check something here. I'm going to do the survey video, I think next week or something like that. And we'll be able to talk about how to write the research questions in such a way that we're going to stay consistent with scholarly research parameters. All right. Explore possible ethical issues that arise. We talked about that, and you learned about that through Module 1, the IRB, ethical issues. In this class, we can't do anything with vulnerable populations or maybe even topics just because, and it's not to say you can't do research about those things, but you need to get it through the IRB, and that usually, they only meet like every 6 weeks. So, I mean, that's more like for big time research projects. So we're kind of like, again, we're crawling at the crawling stage. We're not walking. Okay. Learn how to pick a sample population. In this case, we're picking a sample population of what? Random adults, because we can get more data. We can contrast more things. If we're only using ASU students or women under 30 or fitness trainers, that's a limited demographic, and I'm not sure that's going to help us in this research course. Later on, other research, absolutely. If it's appropriate, you do it, right? Okay, operationalize constructs. Okay, what we're doing here is we're taking a look at the conceptual abstract nature of, by the way, I just saw Terminator. Gave it an 8.9 out of 10, and my son wants to know why I didn't give it a 9. That's a whole different conversation, right? Okay. So the construct would be, operationalize it. How are we going to get going in this survey? How are we going to put it together? How are we going to actually do research? It's one thing, as you know now, to think about your question, to ponder this thing and try to figure out what you're going to do. Now, you have to actually think about how you're going to do it. It's like when somebody says, well, I'm going to research, the effects of sustainability on my subdivision in Phoenix. Well, okay, how are you going to do it? Good question, right? That you got to make that leap, all right? Okay, develop an instrument to measure data. We're going to be working on surveys here, all right? So we're going to have to talk about that, but not at this moment. We're pacing it through here. All right. Clearly define how research project will be set up and carried out. We're obviously working on that in chunks here as we go through. All right. Let's get to the readings and learning materials. Okay. So this is a big page and you can't miss it. All right. First thing up on deck is a research packet for proposals and final papers. Proposals and final papers. Now, this is going to be a longer video because I really want to explain this clearly to you guys. All right. Number one, you're proposing to do research right now. Yes, you had to help. I helped you. You figured out a research question, but you're actually proposing to do it. It's the same way in real life when researchers put together a proposal to ask a board, a committee, some department, some employer to do research in a particular area to get funding for it, okay, to get permission to do it, that it has some value. So you're doing a proposal. What does that mean? It means you're going to research what came before you on your topic and your research and how it connects with it, resonates. That's the literature review part. Then you're going to do a system of worksheets that come up about the purpose of your study, the significance of your study, okay, the limitations of your study, the variables of your study. You're going to look at the methods, all kinds of things that go into a proposal, and it's all future tense. It's future tense. It didn't happen yet. You didn't do the research. Everything is future tense. Did I get that right now? Let's do Easter egg number one. What is it? Future tense for the proposal. Future tense for the proposal. Easter egg one. All right. So, and then in the final paper, you're going to switch it to uh, past tense. Why did my phone just die down like that? Okay. So in here, you're going to see the first link is for papers for research packet for proposals, final papers. You need to read it, okay? It looks like this. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, research packet. It's gonna talk to you about all the different criteria. About this is what your proposal looks like. There's a cover page. Okay, there's a table of contents formatted. There's an introduction. There's all these different sections in there. You see that? Chapter 2 is the lit review. Well, however I score your lit review this time, you might want to make adjustments and modify it for the proposal. It will matter. Then chapter 3 is your methodology, purpose of the study, and a summary in there. Okay, I took out a couple of sections. But anyways, okay, just an FYI your final paper contains 5 chapters. Okay, so things are going to be added on here. These are the chapters. Look at this. Now here, writing the proposal. Why write a proposal? How should the proposal be organized? Okay, you're going to get all this information here about it. I want you to, it's a lot of reading, but I want you to see this. And here's something about writing a final paper. See, keep that for your reference. There's a lot. Like I said, we're getting serious now. We're time to step up our game and really take it to the next level. All right, so now let's talk about the next item on the list here, sample informed consent forms. I want you to hear me clearly on this. This is a read only, okay? Read only. If you're doing a survey, a quantitative survey online, it is an anonymous. Anonymous means that the mere participation in an online survey is permission. You don't need it. So, but I want you to see these to get an idea what informed consent means in terms of research, okay? So please, read only, all right? Now, for the proposal rubric, it's also in here, all right? The proposal rubric. Now, this is worth 150 points. Look at this. The sections in yellow are part of it. Notice chapter 4 is the research. It's not in your proposal. Why? Because you haven't done it yet, right? Proposal, chapters in yellow. All right, it's worth 150 superior, 120 strong. I think it's what is that? 28, 56, 76, 56, 76, 84, 85, 105 competent, blah, 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 on down the line. You're scored on format, introduction, lit review, and methods. Remember, you're doing lit review already, and I'm scoring that separately. But here's where you can improve upon it, right? If you get a little ding on that, right? Okay, cool. So let's go back to the page. All right, now you're going to talk about see Module 5 for the learning materials for samples of the proposal, the peer review form, and the final paper. Okay, I should have had it. I don't know. I thought I had it right. Okay, so there is samples of a proposal. There's final paper samples in Module 5. Why? Because the proposal is not due until Module 5. All right, but you need to get started on it. Okay, this is why you're being introduced to it in Module 4. All right, so now you've got four presentations that total approximately 33 minutes altogether. See these? Those are those Adobe presentations. They think they're narrated by Dr. Jessica Hirschhorn, so you'll see her name other places, of course, right? So that's approximately 33 minutes. Okay, then you have the videos. These you got to watch. I want you to remember this course is introducing you to research. You're going to be a better consumer of research. You can discern better when it comes to research, right? So check it out. This is a video on Tuskegee Airmen. It's only 3 minutes long. Some of you have heard about this already. It was a very, very, very bad thing, to put it mildly, okay? Not good at all. It's not an easy watch in those 3 minutes. Just warning, it's not an easy watch, but this is the problem we have with unethical research, right? Then there's an article about the U.S. apologizing for a 1940s syphilis study in Guatemala. It's not a long article, okay, but it's appropriate to read it to see what we had to do. I mean, I shouldn't say we, but it was misrepresented. Now this one's really cool. 10 minutes about the Milgram experiment redo. Okay, if you haven't heard of the Milgram experiment, you're going to want to see this, and even if you have heard of it, you're going to want to see this. It's a redo in England. And you're going to find out how research can go kind of sideways, right? Okay, so that's going to be important. Next thing on deck is worksheet 4. Okay, let's take a look at it. I thought I had it loaded up. I guess I don't. Oh, no, I do have it, don't I? I did have it, right? Yeah, here we go. Worksheet 4 is this one. Okay, worksheet 4 is introduction to chapter 1. Okay, so you're going to, these prompts here. They help you to write your paper. Don't think this is just make work. You are literally writing your paper right in here. Look at what are significance of your study? What are your assumptions, limitations? And going back to that research packet, you're going to find a lot of helpful tips on how to write these, okay? So that's worksheet 4. Then you have a methods worksheet. It's chapter 3 in there. And that's going to be here, all this, these are prompts that are going to help you write your paper. You're not going to include the prompts in the paper, of course, but they are part of building your final paper and, of course, building your proposal as well. Worksheet 5, just 2 simple questions on variables, okay? So you got those to deal with. Also, check out the research packet again for help within that area, all right? So now they're due at different times. Notice this is due November 10th. That's worksheet 4. Let's go on to, worksheet, the methods worksheet, due November 11th. Let's go on to worksheet 5, due November 12th. I'm staggering them. Again, George Carlin, Mother Nature created time so everything didn't happen at once. Michael Fair is creating different due dates because everything doesn't happen at once. All right, now let's go to the next page. Let's do Easter egg number 2, okay? Easter egg number 2, God, under pressure. Let's just go with red rocks. Got that? Good. I'm not going to repeat it. Rewind it. Okay, now, yes, we have a quiz. Yes, there are 60 points, 20 questions, 3 points each, multiple choice, 60 minutes, okay? Due date November 13th. I'd give you the preview, but why would I do that, right? Okay, well, let's just say that this quiz is about the things you've been reading about. It's about doing the research. If you've been staying with the materials, it shouldn't be anything that's surprising to you. You should knock it out of the park, okay? So stick with that. Now, after that comes, oh, comes Module 5. So that's it because Module 4 was all we're doing this week, right? All right. I know this actually went faster than I thought it would. I trying to think of what else to tell you about the proposal. Yeah, I can't guarantee you that I won't put out another video next week, like a freebie again, because when I think of things or when I look at the worksheets or the lit reviews, I might think of something to help you out. But just remember what I said about all those things. Remember your Easter eggs. No I, me, my, me, not me, my, me, you, right? None of that. And also, uh, Times New Roman, 12-point font, double line spacing, citations, APA format, unless I talk to you otherwise. Citations do not come after the punctuation because then it looks like they're starting the next sentence. So many times I say that, people still put the period, then the citation, then they start the next sentence. That's not how you do it, okay? I have links about how to do it, okay? Look at those. Ask me. Reference list. There are no line spaces between the references. There are no line spaces between the references. It's just double line space. The way they're separated is by hanging paragraphs. If you don't know what a hanging paragraph is, look it up, Google it, whatever. If you don't know how to format a table of contents, look it up. There's plenty of things out there to do it, okay? All right. References are alphabetized, okay, by last name. All right. Sometimes it's challenging. I know it is, but once you get it, it's a piece of cake, so you don't have to worry about it. Watch your spelling, watch your grammar. Indent paragraphs, please. Don't give me a bunch of big gaps between sections. Okay, you can put a little extra line between sections, but not paragraphs, okay? I don't need an abstract. Please, please, no abstract. There's enough to write here, right? All right, I think that's it. All right, let's go have some fun this weekend, all right? You guys have a good one. I'll be in touch. See you. Bye.